Have a returning lovely co-host. What's your name? What's your sign?
Hi, everybody.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right.
Kills
Hi,
me.
everybody.
You don't need to talk like that.
I don't want to get out here sounding like a grown man, and I'm different now. I'm mature.
You're a mom.
I'm a mother.
She
A mother.
is
No drama.
A mother. No drama.
Yeah.
Period,
So don't expect me to be out here acting an ass because I don't do that anymore.
Mommy Anna. That's what I'm talking
I
about.
was home with my kid, Mamiana.
Bitch, I'm a mother.
Oh my god.
I just want to hold the baby.
He's
Gosh.
such a sweet little.
Y'all gotta catch Cameron. Cameron young,
He
but
be
Cameron be
young.
outside.
He be outside.
I was
He
on
be
a
with
date. I'm
his
like,
cousins. He be with his god sister.
Oh my goodness, Cameron
Gosh.
be outside. And you know what's funny? Everybody
He
wants
ain't
Cameron.
gonna let me hold him.
What? Everybody, and Cameron is very friendly.
mm-hmm.
He let anybody
He smiled all in
him.
my
He
face.
gonna be moving and stuff.
No,
I missed
he
on
gonna
the
go
line
straight.
movement.
Oh yeah, and the other day I
He
was
gonna be
smelling
trying
his
to take
neck.
my earrings out.
Oh no, that's for sure. I lost a few earrings at this point. The other day I'm like, I don't know if you smell like a baby no more.
Oh, yeah, they're a little sour. I used to be
Gotta
obsessed
get
with
up under
smelling
that neck.
Noe's. I used to smell Noel's breath all the time.
Oh, I be wanting to put my my nose. I be all in his
I
mouth.
still smell her breath. And she got grown woman breath now. I be like, ooh, never
As soon
mind.
as Kennedy come up, I be like,
Let me tell you something. As soon as that young man start eating food,
that young man.
out of my face,
Do he still be asking for the boob?
he still, you know what?
Because Noelle, yesterday, she came home from being with Jess and she was like, and just looked at me like, okay, they're still there. I'm like, bitch, get the fucking hands off me.
You know what? Cameron stopped latching about 3 weeks ago, and I kind of been sad. But I don't want to force him to. I haven't even been leaking on milk for real.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm ready to smoke some weed.
You know,
Just like that.
I ain't mad at
I'm
it.
almost like shit. You don't want to? I'm ready to get high, son.
As soon as you do that, he gonna be like, I think I want a little milk. I think I want a little taste.
you don't pump. You just.
I was pumping. But you know what? Cameron has started. Since I started back working, and it is my season. It's prime season. It's wedding season. Cameron has started daycare. So it's kind of
I'll
like,
watch him.
No,
Girl.
I will.
Miss
While
Kitty
you're
cool.
working.
Miss Kitty's daycare is cool. He's a kitty kid.
Period.
I'll take a day or half a day.
He's a kitty kid.
That's good. I'm glad he's in daycare. Playing
Yeah.
with babies.
Oh, and so he's talking as well. Like, not saying anything of substance, but he is speaking.
Yeah.
He does say
What did he
dada.
say?
Of course he says that.
He says dada
These
all
kids a turn on you.
so quick. I be dropping him off at his daddy house. He be looking with his lip. Ain't that your friend? Ain't that your friend? You been calling his name all day.
Have 'em, take them.
Dad. That's all you hear. All day, every day.
They're disrespectful. I don't like that.
What you been up to?
Same old. Work, mom, repeat. Work, mom, repeat. Work, mom, repeat. I'm planning my summer though. My birthday coming up. We got karaoke coming up. My baby birthday coming up.
Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about karaoke.
We got karaoke coming up, and y'all already know y'all need to buy y'all tickets.
That's a Sunday.
Girl,
So,
yeah,
Mhm.
Sunday fun day with your girls.
I
Quinch
like
will be
that.
there.
Ooh.
It's a good selling
You
point,
better
huh?
get you.
Let me
I
tell
saw
you
she did a
something.
custom label for someone's birthday. I'm like, I want a custom label.
She did. So Jamila told me that they did. She did their event yesterday, and that's what I should have told you. You would have wanted to go.
Yeah,
She,
that's what
Just
you,
like
you,
that.
you missed
I
out
missed
on
the selling
that.
but she said that they did their event yesterday, and the drinks that she made were like, it was a real estate event, so she did like a drink called like Rent Due.
Oh yeah,
Like she did all
She-
like custom labels.
She
I'm
actually
like,
did an event for.
Shout out to Quinch.
Shout out to Clint. She did an event for like my fairy godmom is what I call her for lack of better terms. But she's so into it too. Like she got good energy. Her spirit is good. And on the business tip, I kind of know Devin. I wouldn't say personally, but we do have a relationship.
mhm.
She's such an inspiration and she's such a help all the time. Every time you talk to her, she seems like she'll never have a bad day, and she stay cooking some shit.
She
be
cooks
cooking.
and she makes drinks.
She don't cook for people.
Oh,
But she
Like-
cook at home.
I'm like, she
Mm.
cooks.
She cook for her man, her man.
I know that's
Here.
right.
Listen, I be like, Devin, just do a YouTube video, please. I'm a mother now. I need to
See, I
know
think
these
I only
things.
follow
No.
the Quench page. I need to follow her
You do.
personal page.
You do, for sure.
Yes, karaoke, Patreon. I won't harass y'all this episode since I did it last week.
Yeah, you guys just need to.
Hey, bitch! Ooh, sorry.
Really aggressive, friend.
We would just like to have our $8, please. Thank you. That's all. That is it. That is all.
It's our little Patreon bank stacking up a little bit. I'm like, all right, we almost got $200.
To pay for this damn event.
I'm like, that's gonna pay for the DJ and the photographer. I'll take it.
I want people to tell me what kind of events they want to, because I want us to do a boat event.
We're
In
doing
July.
it regardless.
Is Joby Nooner? Is Joby Nooner?
Joby Nooner.
Joby
That is in July. I forgot about that. And then
forgot
I
about
want
that
us to
too,
do
'cause it was
a-
such a fail the first time.
Man,
The
I
first
still
2
got that
times.
bathing suit that I ordered.
And then I want us to do a live show in August, which I'm still trying to persuade Jess to do. I feel like I can get her to do
You
it.
want to do a boat and a live show?
It's gonna be a month apart.
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not.
Yes, it is.
June, July, August.
Oh, we.
Yeah, one a month.
Oh, we. I think you should pace yourselves.
That's
Yeah.
what I said.
But we're not gonna have to do nothing
Well,
for
I
the boat
feel
event
like the
though.
boat is easy because I can find 20 niggas to get on the
People
boat.
literally are just gonna
Yeah.
get on the boat. It's not like we got a host. Well, I mean, technically we would be like hosts, like we invited people, but we're not gonna have to.
Would
do
y'all
shit.
record on the boat? Would it be a what up,
Mm-mm.
dog?
It's gonna be an event. Like,
Oh, well,
just an outing.
I don't even feel like that's an event. That's an
Yeah,
outing
I feel
with
like
your
that's
home, with
skipping a
your-
month.
with
So
your
we skipping
people.
July. Don't roll your eyes.
Y'all, but y'all gonna have to get good content to
Hell
for the
yeah.
page, though.
But that's basically what it would be. Like,
So
it's
we
just
all
an
gonna
outing
hire
for
a-
everybody to come
So
together.
y'all gonna hire a photographer for the boat?
Oh, I feel like we gotta do that.
yeah.
Or a
No,
video.
y'all
I
do.
feel like a
Videographer.
videographer.
So, okay, so
Yeah.
now we're back to event. This is no longer just an outing. This is an event.
But all we would really need is a
With my face.
videographer or photographer. What else we need? And we need niggas to come and BYOB.
I mean, the
Look
niggas
nice.
will come. You just gotta find a good videographer.
Yeah, but that's really all it would be.
Videographer, and a boat.
Yeah.
Truth is.
But people would pay for the boat. It would be
Thank you,
something they pay for. So the videographer
I don't know.
would be the only thing we pay for. I feel like it'll be fun. And then I feel like we have to do a live show.
This is where she lost me. What we would have to pay for. I don't want to pay.
I don't want to pay either, but
Ah.
maybe 10 more people will
We
subscribe
gonna
to
be
the
on my
Patreon.
phone and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna do some crop. What's it called? Cap cut.
Cap cut.
Crop, whatever the shit. That'll be the video.
No. We're gonna have it professionally done, and then we're going to have a live show. Maybe
I'm
we-
excited for that. For y'all karaoke event. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I need an outfit.
We do too.
Look, I'm actually coming to this one.
The
'cause I missed
white-
the last
The
one.
outfit I have is so
You are doing wonderful as a friend.
She
Listen,
is.
I be trying.
Jasmine is
You're doing
very
amazing.
supportive.
You're doing great, friend.
Mm-hmm.
She is our #1 listener.
I know that's right.
I'm trying to make her the manager.
We need some.
We need a manager.
She giving manager vibes. I don't really know her, but I'm looking at her, and I feel like I could trust her to manage some shit.
And I'm a manager, and this podcast
It's
is
hard to manage.
Oh yeah, that's one thing business will teach you. Delegate.
Yeah.
Like and
you
I
ain't
had to
got
learn
tell me.
I had to learn that from Jen. Like she would be like, "You do too much. You need somebody else to do something.
We need
You
help.
can't." And I used to be like, "If I don't do it, then it's not gonna get done." But see, I am the entrepreneur that rebuilds and brands again. I have went from. You have seen me on Instagram with clothes. You have seen me with makeup. You have seen me with tape. I build and break so much. I think I got to get a little bit more stagnant and consistent in one service
Mm-hmm.
I feel
that
like-
makes sense.
before I have somebody manage me. And I know where I want to go now, but then I didn't. So just building that stuff back up. And then once I get to a point where I want to be, then we'll go ahead and bring people on.
Yeah, a good business plan.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yep. You gotta stay woke.
Yes.
Y'all need to just go ahead and record that. So you
Dino needs to record it. I always forget when he here.
Y'all never do.
I'm gonna have him do it next time. He'll probably be on the next set of studio episodes.
Is that in the After Dark theme song?
Yeah. Yeah. The After Dark, we need like a real. I'm gonna have to do it in here. Like play it off of the Bluetooth. This shit be making me feel like I need to go to school for figuring out how to fuck to work all these things.
And that's so funny because I graduated from Specs Howard.
Doing this kind of thing right here that we're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just switch seats with you. I should make you switch seats right now.
Well, this is interesting. Stay woke.
Oh Lord. Not interesting.
Anything on spiritual word kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's true.
Oral sex may be the biggest factor in the rise of throat cancer in the United States.
That's the one I talked about with y'all the other night.
I think
Were you?
so.
Did you hear it?
Maybe.
Or we're talking about like
I don't know how to pronounce this young doctor's name, but they're professional.
Let me see.
We're talking about like
Yeah.
HPV.
Hissam Mehena.
I'm sure that's correct. Sounds right to me.
Nah, Hisham Mehana.
Close enough.
You
A professor at the Institute of Cancer and Genomic Sciences at the University of Birmingham said that there has been a rapid increase in what the hell is this? Oral cancer. Oral cancer, a type of throat cancer in the past 2 decades, calling it an epidemic in both the U.S. and the U.K. For this oral cancer, the main risk factor is the number of lifetime sexual partners, especially oral sex. The doctors wrote in the conversation, those with 6 or more lifetime oral sex partners are 8.5 times more likely to develop this cancer than those who do not practice oral sex. The Centers of Disease Control and Prevention states that 70% of oral cancers in the United States are caused by HPV, or which is the human papillomavirus virus. HPV is the most common sexually transmitted infection, with 3 million new cases in the U.S. each year. Many people will live their lives without ever knowing they have HPV, but for some, it can develop into cancer. And I know for women, it's usually the ovary cancer.
Ovarian.
But damn, niggas getting it in
I
their
thought
throat too.
I thought for HPV it was like cervical cancer.
It's one of those
I think
cancers.
you can get either or from it. Because it's,
from it being cancer.
yeah, but it does. The most common is cervical cancer because the virus itself attaches itself to your cervix.
Mm-hmm.
The burn shit is niggas don't know they got the shit, and they
Mm-mm.
spreading
Like they
it
don't
around
know, they don't never know they got
like
shit.
wildfire. And it makes me want to play this clip from Horrible Decisions of this listener letter. But even when men get tested for STDs, it don't show up. HPV is not on the test.
It's not.
They need to add it on there. So
Well, they can't. It's not detected.
in men at all,
No, you can't test for it.
but they spreading the shit.
You can't
They
test
can't
for it.
test
That's
for
why
it.
they
They
fear.
can test it for in us,
Can
but
they do
they
a
can't
blood
test
test?
it.
No.
No.
Ooh, what?
And they don't
What
have
am
symptoms.
I supposed to do with this information?
Have HPV.
Basically, it's like, well, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Damn, they
Just
do
pray to
it.
God you don't
Right.
get cancer.
Exactly.
That's fucked up. The sex can
You
cause
don't even
cancer.
know where you got the shit from.
Man.
Probably all of them.
And
Probably
worst
all
case
of 'em.
scenario.
Jesus.
Honestly, I think the worst case scenario is the cancer. Next worst case scenario is not cancers and you get warts.
Oh.
Genital warts.
You ain't gotta say it again.
Just wanted to make sure y'all knew I was talking
This
about
is-
down under.
I mean, we on the topic. Do y'all want to hear this listener letter from Horrible Decisions?
Sure.
No, this is not a sex episode. This is a mom episode.
Moms
But
have sex.
moms have sex.
A click
That
like
lady
that.
wasn't no mom. She was nasty.
She was freaky.
She was doing some.
It's the
Just
freaky
give him a rundown of it. Don't
Okay.
play the whole thing.
So this lady wrote in a Horrible Decisions about how she started talking to this guy on like a meetup hookup website or app or something, and they messed around for like a year, she wanted more. He didn't. So they stopped dating. She started dating somebody else. But you know, that thing is good. You're going to run the block back. And he basically tells her that he has herpes and she should get tested. And she's like, well, I'm confused because we ain't had sex in 3 months. So I should have had no herpes. So she gets tested and she's like questioning the nigga, like, okay, why do you think that I could have herpes if we ain't been together? This nigga had herpes the whole time.
And knew he had
He
herpes.
has to
And
die.
knew he had herpes. Some kind of way she ain't get it. She said they didn't use condoms like 80% of the time. But
that ain't never got
It's
it
a
was
hit or miss with that.
nothing but the Lord. She didn't get it. But I'm like, first of all, you burnt as hell for meeting somebody on a hookup website and not making both of y'all get tested. And at this point, any nigga at this
Anybody,
point,
period, and y'all not getting tested.
y'all, you
I don't
just
give a
got
damn
to
where I
do
met
it.
you. I can meet you in the house of the Lord. Go get tested.
Especially in the house of the Lord. Them niggas.
I just feel like
freaky.
when you, I feel like hookup culture is such a huge thing now.
But sexual getting tested is not.
Getting tested is not. And even if you use a condom, if a nigga got a breakout somewhere,
It's
you can still get
okay.
that shit. It's scary. I scared.
Yeah, and niggas ain't gonna niggas don't tell you about nothing, let alone a motherfucking
Nothing,
transmitted
bro.
disease.
If
It's a
shit
dirty
start
game.
itching, they just think, oh, I just got a scratch. No, nigga, you need to go see somebody.
And fast.
Listen, it's okay because I'm about to come out with an interview, not an interview, a questionnaire. But when I start meeting men, when I'm ready to start dating, I'm gonna come out with a questionnaire that niggas is gonna have to answer before they can even get close to me.
Mm-hmm.
And some of it I need you to provide, like you just was saying.
Background check.
Yeah, we gonna have to see what the fuck is going on.
We need to verify your identity. We don't. I feel like everybody I know that has some sneaky shit. One of the niggas who I used to talk to lied about his age, like 12 years of his age, for the whole 6 months that we was talking.
I'm scared of
I feel
people
like
like
it was
that.
long.
Why are you doing that? It might have been.
I'm scared of people
It
like
was
that.
honestly it was.
Because you knew for a long time before you addressed it.
No, I didn't.
I thought you did. You
No,
told him
I
right
had.
away.
I took a picture of his ID while he was sleeping, and I never looked at it until one night I was laying in bed, and my intuition was like, "Look at that picture," and I was like, "Okay," and I went and looked at it, and I was like, "This math ain't math," and then we had a family meeting about it, and then I brought it to him after I was 100% sure it was a lie. I'm like, oh, everything is making sense now that you're a liar.
I don't even want
But I know a guy who said a woman did that to him too. Like
Mhm.
said that she was like 10 years younger than she was.
10 years.
That's crazy. How do you think you gonna hold that lie up forever?
I don't play about age, and the one reason I didn't play about age is, for one, it's no secret that I do date a little older. I have to give people the opportunity to even want to fuck with me. I don't just lure nobody in because that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want nobody to lure me in that was extremely older than me. Just no.
Well, that's the
You
fucked
give
up part
people the
of it too. Is
opportunity.
that it's the same thing as like if you dating somebody who married, you don't keep it a secret. Like it's plenty
That's
people
insane
out
that we're
here.
even having this conversation. If you're dating somebody that's married, tell the truth. What the fuck?
How do you think that's gonna? You think these secrets are gonna hold up forever?
The
How?
thing is, my auntie told me a long time ago, honesty is the best game, and these niggas don't have it.
Hell no.
These niggas don't have it. Because
Bars.
and I think I've
Let me
said
write
that.
down.
I think I've said that on the podcast before. When you are honest, you're honest and you telling me like, I have to get this. When you are honest and you're telling me like, this is my situation or this is what I'm going to do, you either fuck with it or you don't. You're giving me the chance to pick. If I want to pick to
I
play,
think we got a clip of this on the page.
I can play.
Period.
If not, I wasn't swindled. Don't swindle me into no bullshit. Let me make a big girl decision.
Not no age, not no marriage, and the real fact of the matter is that there's a plethora of women out here willing to deal with somebody
Whatever
your
the fuck
age,
you got going on.
somebody married,
Mhm.
somebody separated, somebody with 10 kids. There's a bitch for everybody.
But those are
There's
the same
a
type
bitch-
of men who have unrealistic expectations of women as
Oh,
well.
hell yeah.
They the same ones that think that a woman is supposed to cater to them hand and foot, and they sit on their ass all day and don't do nothing.
Ooh.
And that's why you feel like you can have multiple women.
Exactly.
I'm so happy this is a mom episode. I want to get personal. Let's go.
All right.
Take it away. We ain't
So
probably don't even need a scenario.
I'm gonna just kind of preface this with we're gonna start with the positive shit. Because I feel like it's usually around mothers. When we talk about mothers, we're usually talking about some shit about a deadbeat ass daddy, about being a single mom, and all of these are the realities of the situation. But we gonna start with some good shit. We're gonna talk about the positives of motherhood. So, I don't know what order I want to go to do this in.
The positive order.
I think all of these are positives, and then we're gonna get into the dirt when we're done. All right, so I'm gonna start with you, Aja, because you're the newest member of the Moms Club.
Period.
So, what was one thing you didn't expect about motherhood? Because I know we always think that we are more prepared than we are.
So I help with my brothers and sisters. You know, I'm my mom's oldest, so I help with a lot of children. So a lot of things I kind of had prepared for, and also all my friends have kids under the age of 2. So I have been hearing about all these new things and all these different things that were going on. I wasn't too much not expecting anything. The only thing that because you asked me what I didn't expect, what I didn't expect was so much unsolicited advice. When I say,
I don't even remember.
you can be like anything. You better get that. What my daddy said to me one time. I was on the phone and Cameron was laying on me and my phone was on my chest. You need to get the phone away from him on your chest. I said, why? And I try at first. I really try not to come off as rude, cause you may be like,
you may be trying to be helpful
because of the radiation. What the fuck are you talking about?
Because you ain't never told me to take this phone off my ear.
You don't even know what you're talking about. But you know what? I'll call you back. My grandma and my mama, oh my God, every time. You ain't feeding them. That pisses me off.
Yeah, you have to have the conversation about water.
She ain't fed you. She ain't fed you yet.
Girl, bro.
You need to be feeding him. He need to eat. It don't matter.
He's healthy. He's healthy. That nigga ain't missing Cam, ain't missing a meal.
Baby, Cameron was born 8 pounds, 7 ounces. Cameron is almost 20 pounds at 5 months. He's in the 90th percentile. You've seen me. You've seen his father. Cameron wasn't going to be a small baby at all. He was never going to be small. I hate the unsolicited advice. I fed him today, Grandma.
Bro,
he ate. As soon as he woke up.
I feel like I had the water argument with people so many times about giving my newborn water. And that shit drove me nuts. Like, what? The baby doesn't need water. And she was breastfed, so it's like she's fine.
That is another thing as well. Unsolicited anything.
I don't think I ever gave Kennedy water.
You're not supposed to give a baby water.
My
sister, this is black people shit.
My
baby needs some water. We need water.
Was like, he's throwing up milk. I'm about to give him. So she sent me a picture of some water, and I just stopped. I was ready to leave the shop. Like, what the fuck? And I called. She was like, but. My family knows one thing about me. When I get pissed off and I'm irritated and I take away privilege, I don't give a fuck if I have to suffer. I don't give a fuck if I go broke putting him in daycare. If I have to go somewhere where somebody is going to respect what I tell them to do with my son, that's where the fuck he'll be. I don't gotta come over here with y'all doing all this extra unnecessary shit. No. Because then I get to talking about the family and saying shit I ain't got no business in. This is why your kids are fucked up. I am in therapy until I finish with that lady.
Girl, you might be in therapy the rest of your life. So it ain't no finish. It ain't no finish. It's progression. That's all it is. It's not even.
Oh, well, yeah.
I'm weak.
I feel like I never expected, and people tell you, but like how exhausting it is to have to give, especially as a single parent, like every second, like every thought that you have is like thinking about what's best for you, and then like the next thought is your kid, and it takes up like all of the capacity of what you have in you. Like it's like overwhelming as hell.
It is very overwhelming, but I've always been a person of routine and structure,
and I'm not.
So,
and that's my biggest problem with motherhood. I am not like that at all.
Oh, it wasn't tight. It wasn't always like A1 structure. Like it was sometimes that type of structure where it was like, I'm gonna procrastinate, but I'm gonna get it done. It was lazy as hell. It was weak. I had to sharpen up. But I am blessed that Cameron got a routine young. I put him in a routine young. So now Cameron is not up past 10 o'clock, but Cameron will be up before 9. So I'm grateful for that. If I get exhausted or any slack, that's on my part. Like last week, I hadn't did laundry for like 3 weeks. I was just pulling new clothes out, pulling out clothes, not washing, didn't have to. When I had to sit down and do that laundry,
you like, I'm not doing this again.
I was tired and he was sick, and I was on my menstrual.
That makes everything.
And I got sick.
I was in there like, I'm ready to tap the fuck out.
I just don't know. I don't know anymore.
That's the moment you be crying for no damn reason.
What was the question?
What did you not expect about motherhood?
To be a mother?
The whole shit.
Listen, because I was just fucking around. I didn't know it was gonna happen like that.
Fuck around and
Man.
Kennedy is 10 now, so I don't even know. The shit is just like, I've been a mom my whole adult life. So I got pregnant at 21, literally just graduated. So I don't even remember 10 years ago for real to really give a clear answer.
So much has probably happened. You went through so many different stages.
So many different things. But I would just say that it's always something. When they, you get over one hump with the kid and the routine,
another hump comes.
And then it's something else, and it's just continuing. And I know it's going to be something for 5th grade, and then you go into middle school, and eventually you're going to be going to high school, and then I'm going to have to teach her how to drive.
My best friend's dad taught me that. We had that conversation at my best friend's
it's just always going to be something. That's just being a parent.
No, he told me that, it's always something when you're a parent.
Yeah.
He was we was all talking, because again, my best friends, my best homegirls, my left and my right hand, they have kids. So when we were at the birthday party, he was like, so you over the baby hump. Now she's 1. Now she's about to start getting into things. Now she's moving. Now she wants to see
shit
things.
Don't stop.
She wants to experience. She was like, and once that's over, she'll do something else. And she'll do something else. And she'll do something else.
Yep.
Literally.
And do something you didn't think you had to even
ever think about.
Girl,
ever consider
Man, just gonna be calling us.
Girl,
That's what Kennedy did.
Bro, the shit is like unimaginable. Like, for example, one of the girls from her school, she kind of like a cousin, like her grandmother and my uncle are boyfriend and girlfriend. Weird as shit. I think it's her great grandmother actually.
Oh, okay.
And my uncle. And my uncle, I mean, they older. She's older than my uncle. So they grew up as like cousins basically. And it was just some burnt shit that happened. And basically she took some family shit that happened at a funeral and told one of her friends at school. Then the friend at school telling everybody about the other girl grandma, how the grandma was acting.
So now Kennedy talking shit about her cousin at school.
So it wasn't even that. Kennedy genuinely just told her one friend.
That's what I told her. I'm like, she just thought she was talking shit with her homegirls. Like, we be doing that.
Kennedy genuinely just told her one friend, but her one friend done went to the school, and now the mama calling me, and I'm mind blown about the shit, because I'm like, this happened like a month ago. And she was like, I meant to call you and I forgot. And the worst feeling you ever gonna get is the day somebody gotta call you and tell you something your kid did. That's embarrassing. Embarrassing. I'm like overly apologetic. I made Kennedy write an apology note. The girl, she didn't end up coming to Kennedy party, come to find out, because she was mad about the situation. We made her a gift bag because she didn't come. She gave Kennedy a gift. We made sure she got a gift bag, went above and beyond to be sorry about the shit. Mm-hmm. But that's the worst shit ever, when somebody be like, hey, can you call me about Kennedy?
I
gotta tell you something.
But on the flip side of that, yeah, it probably is embarrassing. But like Tashi said, she was just talking shit with her home.
Yeah, but you
don't
know
exactly what she think you do, but you don't realize you're that's what they say, stay in the child's place.
Yeah. I really hope that the other parent understood that as well too. Like, she's still a kid. These are children. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that she was
maliciously doing.
Yeah, I don't think what Kennedy did was malicious. with ill intent because she didn't go to the school spreading the issue around. The friend did.
Mm.
But at the same time, I'm constantly telling her like
Don't be
family shit is family shit,
Mhm.
and you
What
don't
happens
need.
in this house,
But
stay
when
in
you
this house.
but when you hear me talking to my friend, because that's what she said. She was like, "Well, you told Chris, and we was kind of laughing about it, so I didn't think it was that big of a deal." And I'm like, "Huh, we
Yeah.
were, but that's still like it within this
But you
circle."
know what? I can appreciate you being that mom. Like, okay, yes, I did, but it stayed
Yeah.
here. Instead of being like, I don't give
You
a
don't
damn
do
what
what
you
I
want.
do.
Don't do what the fuck.
Yeah,
You don't do
and I'm
nothing.
not in school, so if I'm telling my friends, it ain't getting up to nobody.
I'm not
I
about to
don't go
call all my
I'm
friends
not
and
in
be
the
like, guess
fourth
what Jess told
grade.
me.
I'm not in the 4th grade.
But it do happen. It does spread, but it doesn't matter. It's
Yeah.
that I'm happy that you're just the type of parent. Because to this day, like me and my sister will do stuff to my mom on purpose to watch her response. Because we know how she gonna respond. Like, my mama be doing something, I'll be like, Karen, what are you doing? And my sister will be behind her, mocking her. Bullshit, you know, mind your business. Why you always in my damn business? And it'd be funny because it's like, bro, I'm almost 30. And I see what you're doing.
Yeah, but that's what I would say. It's always gonna be something with these. It don't get no easier. Like when they a baby, you like, I can't wait till you talk. I can't wait till you use the bathroom. I can't wait till you go to school.
But I don't
And
get no
school is
easier.
free.
But you know what?
It
though?
don't get no easier.
It's
It's
just
the
gonna
kid.
keep being some more
No.
shit.
Yeah, it's just different. The one thing that I've been trying to be mindful of is like taking the things that I've been like. It was a point 6 months ago where Noah was pissing in the bed every single night, driving
I was
me
ready to whoop no
absolutely
I'm
insane.
like,
Like,
what is happening?
I'm getting her up in the middle of the night. She's still peeing in the bed, like just peeing in the bed, just doing all types of like burnt shit. And one day I just woke up. I was like, she hasn't peed in the bed in like a month and a half. But sometimes you're just dealing with other shit. Like, you don't take a minute to like
be
acknowledge
present.
the victory. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, we got through that. Like, okay, like I got over this hump. Like, there's other stuff going on, but let me acknowledge that like this part is better. Like, we got through that, so that means we can get through this next thing as well. All right, so phone keep locking your timer is fast. They said you got 30 seconds. So how different do you think you guys would raise your kids? And this is for you too, Jazz. You would raise your kids and how your mom raised you.
Please let me go last.
Okay, so y'all looking at me. Okay, so I mean, so I was a sensitive child,
Mm-hmm.
and I needed to be able to express myself and not feel like there was some sort of
Consequence.
right.
Judgment.
So like I would talk, I would nobody would like really understand me. It was always Jasmine is sensitive, Jasmine is emotional, and so like
Dramatic, I be saying that.
right, dramatic,
Amen.
and like
What's your sign, Jasmine?
Libra.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but like my parents, it was whoopings this, whoopings that, but it should have been like conversations.
Mhm.
So like for me, when I do have children, I need to understand that, you know, there are some traits that may come from me that may go onto my children. And like my sister, she's still understanding that because when I say Zoe is her child, that is her child. And they argue because they are literally the same person.
That's me and my life.
Me
all
and
the
my
time.
daughter.
All the time. So like for me, I know I will have to discipline my child, but I'm not going to force a certain type of discipline on them without actually hearing what they have to say. Because to me, that kind of invalidates your feelings, and then it also makes it so that your child doesn't want to come to you when there actually is something going on. Because there's some shit that I did when I was younger that my parents still don't know to this day, or it just come out randomly. They be like, "I'm sorry, what?"
Right.
Because I didn't feel comfortable doing that, because every time I did speak, it was more consequences and nobody was actually hearing me. They just saw me talking. Jasmine's just talking. She's just trying to make an excuse, but you're not hearing me. You're not actually listening to me.
I think sometimes it's hard for parents to see the things in their kids that aren't like them. Like, it's hard to see the things that are like you, but sometimes it's easier to work off of empathy. Like, oh, I get that feeling. I have that. But if you're not a person, I don't feel like people in my family are like me either. Like, I feel like they're the polar opposite, if anything. Like, I'm super sensitive. I'm super empathetic. I feel bad for everybody. I, like, feel everything. And everything, it's the same way. Oh, Tasha's dramatic. Tasha's overly sensitive. But I feel like I'm prepared to have a child that's like that. And it's more hard. I feel like it would be harder for me to have a child who doesn't have that, who like doesn't think like that. Because that was the hardest thing I think for my mom, is that a lot of things that I did were like my dad. Like, and she just didn't get it. And it's hard when you don't understand the shit that your kid is doing. Like, but I feel like this generation, I'm really hopeful that we keep this wave going of like trying hard to understand our kids and like take them for who they are, not who they want us, who we want them to be.
I think my sister is struggling with that now. She has a daughter who is 10 years old, and Callie is TikTok everything. TikTok this. All damn day. My sister hates TikTok. She also is getting to a
She
place
don't even
where,
have a TikTok. She watches TikToks on YouTube.
listen, I wouldn't even tell my sister that. My niece to be so pissed off because my niece is on TikTok, but I don't know how it works in their household. And I also try not to give too much advice because here I am, a new parent.
I got my own problems.
I got my own problems also, but I understand that girl and mother, that daughter and mother relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to be there for my sister as much as possible. But my sister, my niece is going to be the exact opposite of my sister, and I think it eats her up. My sister is very quiet, even when it comes to me. Like, me and my sister are day and night. I'll talk to anybody. I make friends everywhere. My sister does not talk. She's very standoffish. My niece isn't. So she'd be like, I don't understand what the hell, and it's just like, be patient and kind of, as long as she's not hurting you or anybody else, let her express herself and you correct her when she's wrong. But I don't tell my sister. I don't get too deep in that business. If she asks, I tell her.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't bother her.
That's kind of like why me and my older sister relationship isn't that great, because my oldest niece is like me as well. She's emotional, but she's also, the way that my older sister was raised is very different than what we were raised, because she's my half sister. But like, when I would tell her things about my oldest niece, like, you can't like talk to her certain kind of ways, and you can't like try to make her be the babysitter of your other children.
I told y'all to let me go.
My
there.
sister, listen,
I
my
didn't say
sister,
nothing about this episode being triggered.
she stopped talking to me for a minute.
Trigger part 2.
Right, but like, I be trying, because my oldest niece, I've been a TC since I was 14. My oldest niece is a senior in high school now, and I would call her to talk to her about college stuff, and then my older sister would come into the conversation, and everything has to be about her. No, walk away. Let us have this time so that we can have a conversation about college. You didn't go to college, so when she's calling me to ask her
about it.
Thank you. You like, if she's calling me to ask me about all this stuff and she has closed her door to have this conversation, don't come in there and then try to overtake the conversation and talk about shit you don't know nothing about.
As if she wanted to talk to you, you wouldn't say
It's
no.
giving that TikTok from Precious, but she be like, sis, you know everything.
Sis, you got your goddamn degree.
For real though.
I would say, short answer, apologize. You gonna lose your temper. You gonna get mad. You're gonna say something you didn't mean to say. You're gonna react. And my parents never apologized. Even if they did some shit that was wrong.
To this day.
Even if I did something and later found out that, that it didn't play out like that, I never still don't receive an apology. My parents will still, I'll bring up something they did, they'll still claim it didn't happen. Don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like, you're lying. You're blatantly, I tell Kennedy how I was 18 and my dad took my phone and he sat up there and said he didn't do it. I'm like, really, Brother Greer? Didn't you Sunday? Didn't you come from church?
Liar!
You're lying. That never happened.
And that puts a fire under my
eyes.
Yes.
I almost immediately apologized because I really, like, I cuss around Kennedy, but I don't really, like, cuss at her.
Mm-hmm.
And if I do, I'll be like, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I was upset. I apologize. And I think that that's really a thing that even if I do fuck up, I'm not perfect, but I will say, I was really upset and I don't like talking to you like that. And I'm sorry for doing that. Mm-hmm. So that's my biggest thing is just you know, you human, you gonna fuck up. You ain't never did this shit before.
Yeah.
But at least acknowledge when you're wrong. And I'm really big on doing that with her.
I think with that too, the timing with that apology is everything. Because my daddy used to whoop my ass. Then 20 minutes later, come into the room, sit on the edge of the bed. You know I had to do this. I'm so sorry I did it. Nigga, don't apologize to me right now.
Don't
my
apologize
ass is
for
still
whooping
burning.
My favorite
my
used to
room.
be like, that hurt me more than it hurt you.
Oh!
No, the fucking didn't.
No, it didn't, nigga. It didn't.
It couldn't
Because
have.
my ass is burning.
It couldn't have.
There's no way.
There's no way.
The fuck are you talking about
Absolutely
right now?
not.
I'm telling the
Why
people
you
tomorrow
mad?
too. Cause you
You
got
people
people
act like I can't sit down.
I'm telling the people the hell.
I feel like I have multiple, but I definitely the shit about raising these people children for them. That's some shit I can't do. Like having that dependence, like depending on your oldest child to be the caretaker to the rest of the children you chose to have.
It carries. And
It
you
does.
have to stop because here I am. Because the question was that you asked us, what will we do different than what happened with our parenthood? I'm definitely going to allow Cameron to communicate whatever he wants or express himself to me however he needs to, like she said. And then I can select the way that I want to discipline after I understand what caused the action. I also don't want to put much on Cameron. I don't want him to have a load to carry. That's why I want to bust my ass now because...
Right.
And I'm not going to say... I love my brothers and sisters. But now I'm super, super hard on them. It took me until pregnancy to let go of that attachment, that leash I had. And I hate to say leash because it was like, I want you to be better than this. Like, my daddy is a retired dope dealer. My daddy been in the streets my whole life. So I was on my brother's ass about don't lie. And also my dad has 6 kids, 5 different baby mamas. So I was always on my brother's head about don't. Express yourself. But then it was almost like talk, nigga. Like it's like you have to find a balance. I want to make sure that I'm not like that with Cameron. I want him to be able to like because me and my dad won't talk and we will get into it. He didn't come to my baby shower. Me and him was into it. And we didn't express what the problem was. And simply it was miscommunication. He thought I said something that I completely did not say. And I have to get right with that. Or even with my mom, too. Because my mom used to be like, I don't know what your issue is with me. And I had to tell her, like, I love you dearly. I love you dearly. And I will say this. Me and my mother are the same, even down to my profession. I have fought beauty school. I have fought anything in the beauty industry for so long. Because my mom is a master cosmetologist. She does everything. And I didn't want to be anything like her because she gets on my nerves. Her attitude is poor. I don't want to be anything like her. And I fought it for so long. When I had Cameron, I remember we got into one argument because if y'all remember, my grandfather died and like literally 2 months later I found out I was pregnant. So the whole family was in damn shambles. We got into one bad argument when I was pregnant. I said, listen, you want to see Cameron? We're going to therapy. There is no other way around it. Because we are going to, something is going to happen. And I don't know what. And I'm scared. We need to go to therapy. So now I have to learn how to talk to my mom. And my mom, I had to teach her certain things. Like, I could be on my way to her with Cameron. Where are you at? What's going on? And I had to be like, what's wrong? What happened? What do you mean? Why are you talking to me like that?
Freaking the fuck out. Calm down.
I'm just trying to see what's going on. Well, talk to me a little bit better. I said, because I got your grandson and I could just run a red light because you're giving me anxiety and crash and we'll both die.
No.
You want us to die?
That's
come
me.
on.
Do you want to die?
I literally did that to Noah yesterday. She was trying to show me something in the car and I was like, do you want me to crash the car and we die? She was like, I don't want to die. I'm like, great.
And I had to learn, like with my mom. Or sometimes now, because she still does it, I'm not even going to answer.
You gotta expect it. Yeah, you gotta expect it.
You gotta respect it. You gotta protect your peace.
And also have a clear understanding that my mom is not, this is who she is. She almost 50 years on earth. This is her. This is it.
Oh, it is. I was listening to a episode and it's just like, you know, your parents at this age they really not gonna surprise you.
Mm-mm.
So you know.
I will say the only thing that surprised me is her being a grandparent. I've never seen her be such a. I'm
They
sorry to say that bad.
switch up as
She's
soon as the
amazing.
grandchildren
She is
come.
amazing
So is
as a
my
grandmom. But it's like I kind of get a little jealous because it's like, oh,
Where was
I
this
wish I was
one?
like that.
because we haven't been. I have been
Girl,
your sister.
my mom
I have been your best
pays-
friend, your husband. I have not had the opportunity to be your oldest daughter.
My mom
Mhm.
pays Kennedy to clean her bathrooms. So
Not paid.
Two things. Two.
Not paid.
Kennedy, I have not been making her clean her bathroom. Like bare minimum cleaning. I've still been cleaning it. That stopped this week when my mama told me like, "Oh, Kennedy did such a great job cleaning my bathroom." I said, "Really?" But the reason I hadn't been making her do it is because she has the second bathroom and Chris uses that bathroom too. So I'm like, I don't want her to feel like she's cleaning up after a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Not that he uses the bathroom. It's the hallway bathroom. So I'm like, I'm not going to make her clean the bathroom. Until my mom's like, oh, she did such a great job cleaning my bathroom. I'm like, well, she cleaning up after them niggas, so she can clean this one.
For a price.
And she's the main
also-
person using it, so you,
But it's
you can
also
help.
it's her bathroom, and it's not even about her cleaning up after anybody. Cleaning up is about responsibility.
Yeah, you gotta clean
That's
up.
just like math. We not using that shit.
She
Math
doesn't
teaches
even
you how to
clean the
problem
kitchen.
solve.
So I've been trying to do better with like, okay, you can load and unload the dishwasher. Put your plate. She sits her plate on the counter or leave it on the table. I'm like, all right, enough is enough.
Yeah.
You can do this bare minimum shit because I'm working 2 jobs.
Bro, and considering
Run
what
a-
we were doing
run
at her age.
Run
Bro.
a business, and I'm still washing all the dishes and cleaning all the bathrooms.
Yeah.
Spending the summer cleaning every damn room in the house.
And the windows. Did you have to clean the window sills?
Mhm.
Because niggas don't be knowing about getting in the middle of that window.
That window
We're on the
sill,
flies and
cleaning the
dirt and shit.
walls.
Baby, the window seal. You get
The
your window seal.
baseboards.
You get that ring from around the tub.
Mhm.
You get that
Rub.
bucket.
You get them bottles out of there. If they empty, you empty that trash can. Clean the trash can. Get behind the toilet. My mom used to tell us all the time, and I think this shit is so funny. When you
That base
get that
in the
bathroom
toilet?
floor wet, it turn into piss. Excuse me?
What?
She used to be like, you get the bathroom floor wet and stay down there, and it turns pissy. And if I bring it up in front of my siblings now, we be cracking up laughing because that is literally something she used to tell me when we was
my
kids.
dad said if you put wet dishes up, you'll get roaches, and you better not put a motherfucking wet dish up in my house.
Mm.
Everything must be fully dry. I take it out the dishwasher and put it on the dry towel
I bet
to
you there's
ensure
nothing.
it is dry because we shall not have wet dishes in the cabinet.
And we will not have roaches.
And we will not have roaches.
No.
Yeah, I feel like I would want to be more empathetic
Yeah.
to Noelle. I feel like my parents were very like, my mom was very like about her. And not to say like she never did shit for me, but I feel like feelings wise, she wasn't putting herself in my situation. Because I was like the outcast in my house. Like I was the only one who had a different dad. She was with my brother and sister dad. They were babies. I feel like the empathy needs to be there, especially because Noelle is my oldest daughter. I don't know if I'll have other children. If I do have other children, they would absolutely have a different father than her. So that's my biggest fear. I don't want to put her in that same mindset that I was in. All right, let's switch it to something a little more positive. What's the most helpful thing you think your mom taught you? Cause they crazy.
Crazy.
As hell.
But we all turned out all right. So
I can say we had everything we needed and most of what we wanted. I mean, my mom, people talk shit how I work at Nordstrom, my little 1 day a week. All through middle school and high school, my mom worked at Macy's. We had new clothes, designer clothes, all the time. We did it. I was never the kid insecure about what I wore or what I had. Like I had Coach purses. Dooney and Burke was the thing at the time.
Period. Do y'all
We
hear like that
took
again?
Dooney and Burke. I kept one of them. I got rid of a bunch of purses and I kept literally one. But I feel like taking pride in my appearance, looking and dressing a certain way, and I definitely put that same effort into Kennedy. Kennedy hair, it ain't gonna be too many weeks. She got a puff ball. Y'all see how I'm looking. No nails, no toes, no hair. But if Kennedy goes somewhere,
She gonna be straight.
her hair is gonna be done. Her clothes are gonna be good. She's not gonna. I get on her about how she go to school. Don't wear no clothes. Put it in the hamper. I don't care how many hours you had it on. Like I definitely take a lot of pride in how my mom hygiene,
Appearance and hygiene for sure.
especially with a little girl, and I feel like I'm even on it more than my mom was with me because I'm just so much more aware of hygiene as an adult, and I'm like things I wish I knew when I was younger. I'm on Kennedy about. Like it is no new hair. It is nothing I don't know about on that little girl body.
Period.
So I feel like definitely hygiene, presenting yourself and looking a certain way is something I definitely got from my mom.
I'm gonna piggyback off of Jess. I agree with everything. As far as the hard working and things like that, as my mom gets older, her work, how she works has slowed down because once you're a hairdresser for so many years on your feet, she slowed down with that. But like even just that get up and go, like prime example, tonight I am taping for a 70s party. A girl has to be taped. I didn't want to go. My mom was like, I think you should go. She was like, you're going up right now. You are at, the dress shop that does very good. It's very well known in the city. You are getting new clientele. You just did a fashion show. You kind of got to show your face. So I'm like, okay. Well, I'm gonna just wear some little bell bottoms in this. And she was like, harsh. No, that ain't gonna do it. She like, you are a brand. You gotta, you want me to come in this motherfucker like Diana Ross. Basically, she like, girl. And that's what she was saying. And I can appreciate that. And I think that on my mom's end comes from, my mom knows that she could have went further, but she decided to be stagnant in what she wanted to do. She traveled a little bit, she did more, but she could have done more. Even when me and my brothers and sisters are well and grown, because my youngest brother on my mother's side is 21. So she's had the time to go and do what she wants to do, but she's kind of settled. She wants to be a grandma, she wants to do whatever. She sees it in me to be able to go as far as I can, so she pushes that. So I've learned to push myself and motivate myself and, make sure that I'm completely together and clean it up a little bit so I can be in front of any and everybody.
That makes sense. Because, yeah, she's right. You are your brain. Because you physically go to these places, yeah.
It's good that she gives a fuck.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if she could just not give a fuck and let you do whatever, she's literally giving you the resources so you couldn't get elsewhere. I
come from a family of Southern Belle, so it can get irritating. Like, you gonna curl your hair? You not gonna curl your hair? This morning you ain't gonna curl your hair? I said no. I said I'll curl it later. I'm gonna go, do the stuff I need to do today. Go get a pedicure or whatever. I'll curl it so I'll be nice and fresh. Right. Everything will be, because I've been doing my own hair since I've had Cameron. So she's like, so you gonna go up there with them people? You not gonna come? I ain't had no earrings in yet, and you don't have no earrings in.
Leave the house without makeup.
My grandma, I FaceTime her the other day. First of all, I don't wear makeup every day. She ain't had no makeup on. I guess we ain't got no makeup on today, child. I said, girl, I don't wear makeup every damn day.
My Aunt Tam does not leave the house without makeup.
She ain't going nowhere to CVS and got a full beat.
Full beat. Lipstick. Adidas head to toe to go to Walmart. Do y'all know I go in Walmart with no bra on after I take
y'all know I go in there with pajama pants and don't let me have a long jacket on because you might think this is an outfit. I'm gonna cover up as much as I can. What I'm not gonna do is go out with a bonnet on, but I'll never do something that is presentable enough.
Girl, I had to get my grandma on that scarf because what I can do is I curl my little perimeter real tight different directions and I put a paisley scarf on like they did in the 70s. At first my grandma wasn't feeling it. I had to tell her y'all was doing it in the 70s. If I put on some big sunglasses and some bell bottom jeans with this, you'll be feeling it.
You know exactly what
girl. Right, girl. Go ahead.
You know the vibe.
They act like they did not do or wear certain things back in the day. You like, what is wrong?
And I have to. My grandma's contact picture. She got on a crop top and some bell bottom jeans, big poofy, flowy afro. She had soft flowy hair, but it was still poofy, half up, half down. What's your beef with me, sis? We are the same.
No problem.
Right. We are the same.
The moment you put on a crop top, you going out like that?
Yes, and
put
you
a
roll, and I don't care.
Put it
Right.
you gonna get every inch of it.
What was yours, Jazz? Your
For me, I think the biggest thing my mom has taught me, especially in my adult life, is it's okay to walk away from something that doesn't fulfill you anymore. Cause like I'm kind of in that space right now with my current employment. I'm like, and like I keep going, and because of the way like we've grown up, when people have taught us about the work life, we have this pull of, oh, I need to stay with this company even if I'm unhappy, because that's what past generations have done. No, at that, I can't do this no more. So
Deuces.
peace out.
And we are the generation to do that. My grandfather,
Yeah.
I'm so happy that he got to see me before he passed do something. Because at first he was like, oh no, you work at the bank, stay at the bank.
Right.
Stay at the bank. You're a banker. That's amazing. That's a great
That's
job.
a good job.
And I'm like,
it's not fulfilling.
It's not.
fulfilling. It's very stupid. I hate banks. I was working at a bank on the east side, and
Oh Lord.
I remember a lady coming in and she was crying. She needed a furnace, and we were in a work meeting, and the man was like, "So we're downtown, guys. You know, he's doing this big presentation. He's like, we're downtown. We want to push these boat loans." And I said, "How the fuck are we pushing boat loans and motherfuckers don't have furnaces?" I'm not there anymore. I'm not there.
I'm not a good fit for this. I'm so sorry.
They decided I wasn't a good candidate. I came in the next day and nobody was in there, and I couldn't get in.
We're gonna have to end your assignment.
I swear to God, I came in there like, this looked like termination. My manager was like, Aja, we are letting you go. It's like, fuck it. Y'all was here. Y'all stupid anyway.
With your dumb ass.
With y'all dumb, ugly ass.
Why you make me drive all the way up here? You could have
Called me.
Girl, please. I rode right downtown and had brunch. I called Israel like, I'm smacking. Well, I'm fired. Fuck. I've been back to a job since. Fuck them and thank them at the same time.
You hit on something that I think is a big thing too, that a lot of parents don't feel like they have to do, and that's still teaching you in your adult life.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like my parents were like, "Ooh, she 18,
Oh,
bet,"
Off the clock.
and I've been on my own ever since. And
I was
like,
I'm
you're
blessed
still
in
raising
that department, because
that's when you need your parents.
yeah,
the most.
exactly. There would be a lot of shit that I could not get through if it wasn't for them.
Man,
And thank God they just moved back to Georgia, because baby, Marvin know he better be at that house to do a lot of shit. Cause my roof just I just had a whole leak in my roof. Call that nigga, be like, yeah, I come. And I wouldn't even like that, because it was just like shit just going. It just kept coming, kept coming. It was so much shit just dropping on me, and that was like the last thing. And then all I heard was water hitting the carpet, and I sat on the side of my bed and was just like,
something else.
this is some bullshit. I didn't cry, I didn't yell, I didn't get mad. I just called
Oh,
my
you was
name.
tired.
I was over
That
it.
was the straw that broke the
Oh,
camel's
bro,
back.
that was me yesterday when my bathroom flooded,
Oh,
and I just closed the door.
Good.
I was like, Jess. I'm like,
I'm
you
like
on your
emergency
way?
maintenance.
You on your way? I act like it didn't happen. I'm like, it's not on the carpet, so
And I've learned that too.
what the
And
fuck am I
that's
supposed to do?
in
Right.
parenthood, period. I don't have time for that shit.
You can't
No.
care about everything.
You can't.
You cannot
I
care
don't.
about everything.
I'm like, oh, I don't know where the fuck this binky is. It's his favorite. He's gonna act the fool. He'll take this one. He's crying in the car
He'll find
today.
it a
I
binky.
go sleep so for the babies.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this shit with you today,
Mm-mm.
or
I'm
nobody.
triggered. Patty.
Ooh, girl. Kenny
I
did
used
that
to be
thing.
you in the bed like, something wrong. Where is it? I don't want
I
to turn
cannot
on
do
the
that,
light.
and see,
Where is it?
That's when these came in handy, because I can't live like that. No, I never took a. I was the pacifier, but I was always there. I'm like, oh here. Take this.
Oh, Cameron had to
We can
take
have
one
this.
because my nipple is not a pacifier. One day I
I know.
realized it ain't no milk coming out of here. Oh, move, freaky baby. Let's get you a pacifier. I don't have time for this. What's wrong with you?
At that point, I had lost feeling. I'm like, but she never really used me as a pacifier. Like sometimes for comfort, but she wasn't just like on there for no reason, for real.
Cameron would get on there for no reason. And
Yeah.
because the funny thing is, my mom,
You can tell when they do it for no reason.
she
too.
had on a halter top, and she was like, there's
Yeah.
nothing in here but powder. He keep,
When you know they're
I
doing it for no
said,
reason, and they
Cameron.
like
and all he do is grope me all day.
they get to pulling on the nipple.
I'll be like, do you mind?
Can you
Da,
get
da,
your
da, da.
motherfucking hands off
Okay,
me?
buddy.
Ugh.
From snatchers.
So my thing about my mom, I feel like my mom had a difficult life. I feel like one thing she didn't do that I would add to that last thing is she didn't tell me about her own experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really big. I think I would have a much better understanding of my mom if she talked about her own experiences. So that's something I plan to do with Noelle. But I really feel like my mom did her best with what she had. Like, I think that she felt, every generation feels like that. We feel like we doing better than our moms. Like, and I feel like my mom felt like she did better than she was raised. Like, it was things that happened to her. I never got whooped. I got really bad punishments.
Right.
I would be on punishment for like 6 months. Like, no phone, no interaction with anybody. And y'all, I'm social. Like, I need that. And I, like, withdrew. Like, I just knew I had to go into my shell. Like, they about to take something.
Mm-hmm.
They about to take something, so I gotta it's not important to me. Like, it's a mental thing. It's not important to me. I don't care about the phone. I don't need a phone. I don't need internet. I don't need these things with my friends. I don't need to go to this dance or have this party or go to whatever the fuck. Like, and it does. It mentally kind of breaks you.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I would never, like, punish my child more severely or, like, in a way that I felt like was detrimental to their mental health. Like, that's not my go-to.
Yeah.
But I do feel like my mom really tried to do better. And I can give her that. Like, I everything was stable. Like, if they were struggling, I never knew it. Like, I had everything that I needed.
Mm-hmm.
I had all the resources that I needed, and they might not have did everything how I wanted it done, but it got done. So, it's only so many complaints you can have. Like, our kids gonna have complaints about us too.
Yeah.
And they gonna feel like we ruined them. We ruined them in some way, shape, or form, and whatever. This episode a little lengthy, but I got one more question. I just want to know, what is your favorite part of motherhood, and what do you look forward to? Do you want to have kids, Jeff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what's something that you would look forward to once getting into motherhood? I feel like mine is the same. My favorite thing about motherhood is also my least favorite thing, and that's watching my child get older. Like, watching her do all this new stuff and, like, get bigger and grow and talk and have all these, like, ideas. It's so exciting, but it's the saddest thing in the world because you have to let go of every phase. Like, learning how to, like, live in the moment of, like, where they are right now. Like, they'll never be this small. There's words that, like, she has mispronounced forever, and all of a sudden she starts saying it correctly, and I'm like, oh, like, do I have it recorded? Are you saying it wrong? Like, am I gonna remember that you used to do that? Because you just living everyday life with your kid, and it's like, the shit goes fast, and you don't enjoy every minute of it, but the shit goes fast.
I would say
Yeah, enjoy it, please.
I would say, especially being a single mom, just having somebody that's mine. Like, you don't. Sometimes it ain't. I feel like my experience being a mom is different from my mom because she had 2 kids and she was married. So usually in a marriage, your spouse is, priority over the kids. But when you're with me being a single parent, like, sometimes I'm in her room. As long as I done tried to get her out of my bed, I'll go to sleep in her room or we'll watch a movie together. So I think a lot of women, especially single women, be like really hung up on the dating and wanting a man or wanting to be in a relationship. And I feel like in those times where that wasn't going well or I didn't have nobody, I had her. So I feel like as much as I'm her crutch, in time she can be mine too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say that's my favorite.
Yeah, I know I wouldn't be in the place that I'm in this stable place if I didn't have Noelle.
I think that I'm so happy with being a new mom. Everything is my favorite thing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I love even the routine of us getting up in the morning, especially since the weather broke. The other day I got up, I cleaned the house, banging Why Don't We Fall in Love. My baby just bouncing in this room. I'm like, yeah, bitch.
Yeah, that age,
I'm a bad
everything
bitch.
is like a thing. Like,
and
let me
then
record you doing literally everything.
Yeah, and then like, but Cameron really I wasn't expecting to have Cameron. I didn't know in the beginning if I wanted to have Cameron or not. But I am so happy I made the decision, because even when it comes to like taking care of business, it's so many things that I'm doing behind the scenes that I haven't announced yet, and I'm so proud of myself. Even the self-care, like, I wouldn't have taken this much time to fix the relationships that I have with my family and try to be more family oriented, because I already was family oriented. But get my brother, like, my brothers and sisters, we had a meeting yesterday about us going to the zoo in 2 weeks. So getting together with my family, and just being able to do more and bigger things for Cameron. Like, I don't give a damn about the clothes. His daddy is a great provider. He'll do all of that. But like, making sure that Cameron has the experiences and stuff like that, that's my favorite part. I think I'm just still in that like new mommy moon stage. Like, you know, just very, very happy about it all. Very thankful
well, that's
about
good,
it all.
because the things that you start in the beginning, like those routines, will carry on. Especially like you forming the relationships with your family, like changing the relationship with your mom and trying to fix it beforehand. All of that stuff is really gonna work in your favor.
Yeah.
All of that stuff is really gonna work. I was into it. My mama so bad when I was pregnant. And we just be acting like nothing happened. And I would pay for therapy for us to go if she would. And I don't think she would be a willing participant.
I told my mama, like, it is a we're going. God damn it, because you're nuts. You're nuts. And it gets nasty. My mama will walk away, but I'll just be like, I can't talk to you until we talk about this, because that hurt my feelings. And they laugh at me like, oh, your feelings was hurt. Not Big Bad Aja who cussed everybody else. Yes, bitch, my feelings hurt.
That's why, where do you think all that come from? It's emotion.
Right.
All of it is emotion. Anger is emotion. Being sensitive is emotion. Like, it still means that, it don't mean I don't have no damn feelings. It means I have more feelings. So let's talk about it, please.
Respect me.
What's yours, Jazz?
I think for me it's like when they get to the age where they really start expressing like the things that they like. Cause like my youngest niece is 6 now, and she loves to dance. We always going to her dance recitals. My nephew is 3, and he is obsessed with dinosaurs. And
I hope Cameron like dinosaurs, because I like dinosaurs. That'd be giving me a reason to be weird.
well, no, they say that kids that are obsessed with dinosaurs have higher IQs.
Yes. Oh my God, Jamella's son is 5. That nigga can name all of the dinosaurs, baby. And that shit is terrifying. I'm like,
for Deuce's birthday, we went to this little like they turned like a Sears in a mall into like this dinosaur exhibit type of thing, where they have all these huge dinosaurs. They move. He running from one to one, naming them all. Dude can barely talk, but he gonna tell you which one of these dinosaurs.
Because that knowledge is there. And they just gotta learn how to get it out.
Right, but it's so adorable to watch. And like, it kind of takes me back to my childhood, because my parents, they let us experiment with different things. They were like, even though like my dad was a track dad, because he ran track all throughout high school and college, so he was our track coach then forever. And like, you know, even when I stopped doing sports, his feelings were a little hurt. But then me going into the music route, it opened his eyes to a whole different a whole different me, a whole different confidence that I didn't have when I was running. Whole different confidence.
But that's the individuality. Right. You letting your kid be them instead of being
you. Exactly. So, you know, they became the sports parents and the music parents. Like, my daddy came to our senior show in college. He actually flew to DC, made sure that he was there to be there. And like, it's granted it snowed, which was some dumb shit. But my band director gave him one of the little poncho things we had on it. He stood right there on the sideline, right at the 50 when we did our halftime show. Like, he was a proud parent, support. Baby.
I love the support, and I love when parents are willing to take in, to let their kids teach them.
Right.
I think that's like a beautiful thing that a lot of parents are not. They think they all knowing, and I feel like that's the biggest thing in parenting is like, you don't fucking know everything, and you don't even really know half the shit you think you know. Like, and you really can't base your experiences off of nothing else. Like, I have people tell me all the time, my kid didn't do that, my kid didn't do this. My kid is different. My kid do all types of
I
shit.
And I be the one saying that. I'm like, I don't know, the Kennedy didn't do that, so I don't know.
But a lot of people say that, like, it's a different, every kid is, I mean, it's a different person. Yeah. Like, you can't expect them to act how, you don't know how you act when you was a kid either, but you can't really expect shit from these kids. Like, anything could happen. Right. Anything could go down. But it's a beautiful, crazy, wild journey, and
Wow, for sure.
This is gonna be your first Mother's Day, Aja.
It
Are
is.
you excited?
Excited to drop him off on his dad's porch.
Period. I'm gonna take it at myself. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
That's gonna be me on Mother's Day
I'm
too.
gonna say you better treat yourself.
See you. Love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
I'll
Bye.
be in Jamaica. This will be my first Mother's Day without a kid.
Oh,
I know,
dang,
that's
we will be in
Mm.
Jamaica.
Yeah, we doing Mother's Day next. I don't know when this come out. The week before Mother's Day.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think we really need to do a jam of the week because we've kept you guys long enough. Make sure you buy your karaoke tickets. Make sure you subscribe to Patreon. Or else. But you don't want to miss it. It's gonna be a good time.
Well, they can do. How about instead of a jam of the week, what song y'all doing at karaoke?
Long as I live.
Long as I live, you will be.
Only because you just pull old girl. I almost said old boy.
I mean, kind of.
Fuck.
I think I'm a new karaoke song every day. I feel like
For
every
real.
time I listen to something, I'm like, this gonna be a good song. This
Baby,
gonna be a
once
good
you start
song.
drinking, you gonna sing whatever the fuck is on your heart.
Listen, because we gotta do Contagious. That's a given.
It's 2 a.m. Just getting. Sorry.
No, that's the shit.
Yes.
I get into it real quick.
I don't need the words. Just play the song. We good.
I could definitely do that one. I feel like I want to do. I want to do "Baby" by Ashanti.
Oh, that's a good one.
The Boy's Mind is a staple.
Rain on me.
Don't you take me? I think we need more than 2 mics.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring
I
my
need
little
you to
karaoke
message that
mics.
man because I can't do it. But I
I'll
think
talk to
just
him.
ask him what the setup is, and I think
I'm
we'll have my
gonna tell
dad
him to
do
call
it.
me. I'm gonna have him call me.
Listen, if we got enough mics, you know what I want to do.
Dream
And
girls.
Curtis was supposed to.
Love me. Dun, 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 dun.
Curtis was supposed to love me.
Dun, 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 dun. I turned my back and found myself out on the line.
You could have won me, but that would have been too kind.
Bitch.
That
That was black girl magic right there.
For real. All right, y'all. We'll see you at karaoke. We'll see you next week.
What up, though?
We'll see you.